Hello everybody. Today we're going to do another mental health video. This is a response to comments posted, recently and a few weeks ago on Patreon and other places. And it's directly a response to some of those that said they've lost family and it's affecting their, their mental health. So this video is for you guys. As you know, because you're living through it, when you're in it, you can't see a path out of it. It's like you're trapped in a dark room, no visible way out, everything feels hopeless. When I went through it back in, 2007, and started losing family members, and it kept on going until about 2011, it was a really dark time. And you saw it affected me. And on top of that, I had lots of people attacking me for making mods. I was surprised I came through it all. But the person that came out the other side was much stronger than the person that went into that. So you understand, right, that what you're doing is mentally lifting weights, preparing yourself emotionally for some harsh times, allows you to absorb much more than the average person once you get to the end of that nightmare. So it's difficult now, but it's just like exercise. When you're exercising, it's difficult at first, then eventually as your fitness improves or your your emotional capacity increases, you find it easier, to absorb these sort of like shocks to the system. However, at the time, it is difficult. It is hard. You can't say a way out of it. This is why in previous videos I've always said, buy yourself time. Buy yourself time. Just get through to the next day. That's all you can do initially, is get through to the next day. When you do get through to the next day, you've got that time to try and figure things out. And then the next day you do it again, you have that time again to try and figure things out. Time, they say, is a great healer. I wouldn't say it's a healer. Right? In my experience, you don't heal from these things. You just become accustomed to it. You become used to the feeling. It becomes part of who you are. This is also why I say always react in a way that you would react. So when you look in the mirror, you see yourself staring back at you, because this is part of you now. Deaths of family members, that's part of you. You can't change it. You'll always feel the same way about them. But the advice I usually give people who lose family members is this: think of the happy memories you had together. So when you think of that person, you smile. It makes you happy to think about them. I've lost lots of family members, and the only ones that make me miserable are the ones I don't have happy memories of. When I think of them, I actually feel quite down and depressed, and there's nothing there to make it any different. It's probably a lesson there actually, which we'll talk about in this video. But when you do have happy memories and you think, you remember when my dad did? You remember when my sister did? Oh, she got blind drunk one day and ran into a door. That was funny. And then suddenly you're laughing. They might have gone, but you keep them here in your heart, and it keeps you going warm at night, thinking of these memories and smiling to yourself. That's how you get over it and turn it into something positive. You do that, you turn it around. Now, if you've got a person in your life that doesn't make you feel that way, but you still think about them a lot, then that's a different thing entirely. If anything happens to them, then you'll have no happy memories. And if they're important to you, like your mum, your dad, or something like that, and you have no happy memories, that's going to stay with you. It's going to be a negative influence on you for the rest of your life. You'll get a situation, because I've been in that situation, because I always felt that my mum and dad towards the end, well, not necessarily my dad, but my mum started having drug-induced dementia, I'm sure of it, and some of the things she said was quite bad about me. So I had to cut her off at one point just to stop her ringing me every day to be abusive. But the memories that I had of her when she was younger were happy ones. But the memories I had of her when she was older in that state were so intense, it's pretty much drowned out all the happy memories. So it's very difficult for me to follow the advice that I've just told you in the case of my mother. I am trying, because she's gone now, and she did care about me, she did raise us right. It's just that she was on so many tablets because of a heart condition that it was inevitable that something like that would happen. Anyway, it is that all happened again during a really dark time in my life. I didn't really get any support from anybody, and recently, when other people died that I knew, and I did actually care about them, even though I didn't like them that much, because quite frankly, they behaved like knobheads. Right? It says I didn't get any support for that either. Everybody was telling me to shut up, whilst they thought the grief of other people was more important than my own grief. But I didn't especially get along with the people concerned. That's why they felt that way. But you still grieve for people in your family when they die that you might not get along with because they're still your family. Anyway, that's a different thing. But anyway, see, when you actually get somebody in your life that is more or less toxic, you have to think of it in a very different way. And I think it's like who shot JFK? You're never going to know the answer. Same with these, you're never going to know the answer to the questions you're asking about them. So you have to just figure something out in your head that seems logical and think that is the answer, right? And it's like if we do use JFK as an example, right? If you think that communists killed JFK, then that's the answer. You accept that answer. You just don't doubt it from that moment on. That's your final answer on the topic and move on. With the toxic people in your life, do the same thing again. Says look at them and whatever questions you're asking, like why did they act that way, why did they do this, why were they always nasty to you, work out a logical answer in your head, accept it and move on, because you're never going to get a definitive answer. Once people are gone, the answers, the questions are gone as well. All the history and the knowledge they had is gone. So you have to make up your own mind and come to your own conclusions. Historians do this all the time. So that's how you deal with the opposite, the toxic, the people you didn't get along with. But as you go through life and you give yourself that time to recover, you will eventually find yourself, slowly dealing with these little issues. Right now, they're like a big pile blocking your view, but as you deal with them, the pile comes down and slowly you can see over the top. And before long, you're out in the open, sun's out, everything's clear, you're still a bit raw, your nerves are still a bit raw inside, you're still a bit touchy about some things, and you still need people to understand, but you can start feeling relief. It's like someone's lifted a weight off you, but it hasn't actually been lifted off you at all. All that's happened is you've got used to the weight, you've got used to the burden, or you've learned to manage it, you've turned it into something positive. For instance, a big heap of toxicity there, right, brought on by you losing somebody, because think of it, grief is actually a very selfish thing, because you're missing them, right? It's about what you miss. I realised that a long time ago in my own grief, but it's a natural thing, it's a natural side effect of losing somebody you care about. But when you lose them, you've got this big thing, oh, they've gone, why did they leave me, all that kind of stuff there. And when you turn that into, oh, do you remember then they said this, do you remember they did that, you remember at Christmas, and you turn it into something happy, that is still there. It's just not toxic anymore. So it feels lighter, but it's still something you're carrying around with you. You just turned it around in your own life. And I think that kind of a response is vitally important. I think being able to turn these negative points around is how you eventually get out of the darkness. It's the only thing you can control yourself. Everything else requires external intervention. As for life and things getting on top of you and controlling bad things, yeah, you have to. You have to restrict the negativity coming into your life when you're in that state, because you can't take any more on. And whilst you're in that state and you find yourself being nasty, I would say don't apologise for it, because you have to do what you have to do to get through. Your own health is more important. Once you're out of it, you can start rebuilding bridges. But you'd be surprised, right, just how many people aren't there for you when you needed them and don't recognise the fact that you're in trouble and need help. They're not even looking. But in this case, right, don't let that become a toxic topic for you. They weren't there for me, because it's easy. I've gone down that road myself. It's easy. Just think they've got their own life to lead. You've got your life to lead. They've sent you a message. They don't care enough about you to worry about you in these circumstances. So maybe, You should spend time on other people that do care about you and just thank them for giving you that information. Because without that information, you would have wasted lots of time on them. Some people's actions reveal truths. And if you actually go looking for those truths, like they're not there when you need them, then you get the message they're not really that close a friend. That doesn't make them an enemy though. Remember that. It doesn't make them an enemy. It just means they're not that close a friend. They're there, they're a friend, you might enjoy an evening with them, go for a drink, whatever. But when you're up against the wall, they're not somebody you would call. You got to interpret things. And if you interpret things as a personal attack, they don't like me, then anybody that ever says no to you is going to be an enemy. Life is not that simple. It's not so black and white. Just accept the fact that you can disagree with people, you can be there for people without being there for people, and other people will be there for you no matter what and have your back. And when you turn around and you're in trouble, they'll already be stood right behind you ready to catch you, and you wouldn't have even asked. Just learn to tell the difference between the people who are really there and the people who you think are there. And don't feel bad when you realise some people aren't as close as you thought they were, because that's just as it is. That's just the way life is. Anyway, hopefully this video helps a little bit. But understand, right, that it is a case of getting through to the next day and buying yourself time. That's the most important thing. It's the only thing you can really do in dark situations. And use that time to try and figure things out. But understand, right, like I said, if you don't have a definite answer because whoever had the answer has left your life one way or another, right, then you have to come to what you think is your best guess and just be satisfied with that. And learn to accept that that is now the truth. And there's nobody on the planet that could say that isn't the truth. And that has to do. See you in the next one.